Hi there, this is Harleen Baga and I'm coming to you from Soul Therapy. Today we're going to be talking about the battered woman syndrome. Essentially, why women decide and opt to stay in a toxic relationship when they know it is bad for them. I, for one, have been fascinated with this trait. When I was a child, actually many years ago, when I was much younger, I had the opportunity to participate in a workshop that we organized for our maids in our community. As part of that workshop, I got to converse with quite a lot of maids who then told me that they were in unhappy relationships. They were the sole bread earner in the family, and the money that they earned was actually something that their husbands used to buy alcohol. And with that same money, they bought alcohol, they came home, they drank it, and then they beat up their wives. But the very next day, the wife came to work, smiling, happy, earned her share, and went back and gave him the money again. Why and what enabled or forced the woman to stay in this relationship and to really be a part of the cycle and feed on this self-perpetuating misery and trauma for themselves is something that I never understood at that point in time. Many years hence, now that I am in the field of psychology and I've had the opportunity to talk to so many women who are literate, who come from different social stratas, well-to-do, high society. There are women like that who are in toxic relationships and happily so. It is their choice. Today, I wanted to unpack a few of the reasons as to why women decide to do that and a few solutions to those that are in that relationship that they can think about. Keep in mind, this is not all encompassing. The reason that works for you obviously is as per your ecosystem. It is as per your context variables. So while we are enumerating a few of the reasons, there are a lot many that could be more customizable where you're concerned. One of the first and most common reasons is financial reasons, where you are with your man because you are gaining from him what matters to you: finance, financial security, or financial freedom. You can call it whatever you want, but as long as you are getting that from a man, it doesn't matter to you if he comes home, if he's cheating around, sleeping with other people, uh, you know, um, or he's coming and shouting at you, abusing you, either physically or mentally. For you, it is a small price to pay to be able to have that kind of luxury and that kind of indulgence that comes with being married to him. The second reason could be the fact that the label of being married is a big one in your head. If that is the case, it could be maybe because of parents, maybe because of societal pressure, whatever be the reason. But that label of marriage is so strong for you that it outweighs the risks and the trauma of being abused. Again, you are in this relationship because you feel you are getting from it what really matters to you, which is the security of being married and the label of marriage. The third is the opposite, where you fear or you shun the label of being a divorcee and you are unafraid about what that water, uncharted waters might bring. If that is a reason, then again, you will fight for your survival right now to stay in a marriage just so that you avoid the tag and the label of a divorcee, which is what you fear. So you are staying in a relationship out of fear, out of the fear of the unknown, because you really don't know what it means. It's just a perspective in your head. But that fear is so strong that it is allowing you and permitting you to be in that abusive relationship. The other reason could be the fear, again, of living alone. You don't know how the society will treat you. Maybe you have been told, maybe you have seen around where women are taken advantage of, ill-treated or mishandled because they are living alone, because they are separated. They are abused by the society a lot more than what was happening with that their own man. And the thought of being this social doormat that everyone and anyone can abuse is so much that you decide to hold on to your husband. For you, the fact that you have a partner, albeit just in name, uh, is enough of a security that keeps you sane and functional in a society. The other reason, I'm sorry, that you are still in that relationship could be maternal, where you are so hopelessly in love with your man that you want to nurture him, you want to take care of him, you want to make sure that he is fine, you want to make him reach his true potential, you want him to fulfill his dreams. Your life, your dream becomes his dream. Your life becomes his life, and that's all that matters to you. You are ready to sacrifice yourself, compromise every part of you just to make your man happy. That maternal instinct becomes poisonous to you if you don't get that kind of respect or love back. The other reason is where you want to uh, stay in that relationship because of your children, where you feel that it is important to provide to your children the label of uh, having both a father and a mother, of having a family, uh, even even if it is just for the society. The label or the image of having a society again outweighs all the abuse that you might be facing, just so as to protect your child and to make sure that in they are accepted in the society and get all the opportunities that any normal child would get. The other reason why you can still be in a relationship is that you are not sure of yourself. Your frame of reference has been distorted. You are afraid, insecure, and hugely underconfident. You don't trust yourself. You don't exist in your mind. And you know why that's the case? Because you have been abused over and over and over and over again, mentally and physically, and have been told that you are worthless, that you deserve what you are getting. And when that happens, you believe it. You begin to believe it. You think you're a doormat. You think you're unworthy. You think that the man that who is living with you is doing you a huge favor just by living with you. And when that happens, you become unworthy in your own eyes. And when you're unworthy in your own eyes, you are nobody. And when you're nobody, the fact that you have somebody living with you becomes a huge plus. And you allow that somebody to mishandle you, ill-treat you, traumatize you, make you suffer day in and day out. A reason further related to this could be that because you lack your self-confidence and you lack belief in yourself, you don't know that you have an option to get out of that relationship. You believe what you see is what life is. You are unaware of even the possibilities of breaking out. You're unaware of the possibilities of even standing up to someone. You are unaware of your own voice, your own right, because you have been mentally trained and conditioned because of maybe those many years of abuse to believe that your voice doesn't matter. And when your voice doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter that you're unhappy, because it's what you're conditioned to believe. So you, my friend, are lacking self-confidence, you are lacking belief in yourself, and you really don't know what you're capable of. The other reason that you can be in a relationship is social pressure again, but now instead of your children, you're doing it for your parents so that they may not be mocked, so that uh, they are not traumatized by society. You are sacrificing your life just to make sure that their life remains peaceful. Um, so reasons like that, social reasons, where you give in and compromise yourself, either to make your man happy, your parents happy, your children happy, your society happy, are several. The point is that listen to the video, accept it, accept if you are in such a relationship, and if you are in such a relationship, and if you are one of those where you are still happy, yes, you are abused, but you have somehow getting what you want out of that relationship, and what you're getting is actually giving you some form of happiness, and that is acceptable to you. It does not mean that you have to live with that torture and give up the emotional side of you. Come, let's have the conversation. Let's build you up in a way that allows you to thrive in that environment, that allows you to see options that are available so that you can live a better life. Life coaching is just about having that conversation. It's not about packing your bags and running away. Any decision that's taken in haste uh, is most often the wrong decision. So, stepping out of that relationship, running away from that relationship, may not necessarily be the right one for you. But accepting that relationship and accepting that you have no options, and accepting the trauma and torture to yourself as being normal and living with that, that's not okay. That's not normal. So, do yourself a favor today. If you know someone who is in this relationship, or if you are that one person, start that conversation. See where it leads you. You might be surprised to the doors that opens up to you. A solution that is taken to work in your ecosystem will work for you. So make sure you choose the person that you talk to intelligently and sensibly, because the last thing you want right now is talking to someone who misguides you, or uh, forces you to take a decision that is or may not work for you long term. If this is you, or you know someone who is in a toxic relationship and just doesn't know how to get out of it, I urge you to forward this video to them. Let us try and empower them. Let us try and become their strength. Not so that they can take a hasty decision and walk out. That would be wrong. A decision needs to be taken for them to first come out of that zone, and that can only happen when they accept that they are in a toxic relationship and that they are capable of living outside that toxic relationship. They are capable of getting happiness out of that toxic relationship, and really the man that they are with is someone who is just uh, bleeding them dry. And when they accept that, it will become a survival emotion for them. And once it becomes a survival, they will find the strength to reach out and seek help. And for them, that begins with having that one conversation. That one conversation can help them see where they stand and what their next steps should be, and build them up to make them confident so that they can take the next step ahead. I request you to let us spread this message. Let us try and reach all those women. And it is not necessarily in any one social strata. I know from experience, I know from fact that these people exist everywhere. They are all around us, smiling, pretending that everything is hunky-dory, because they are getting what they want from that relationship. And if that's who you are, then it's fine. But if you are unhappy and that unhappiness is getting on to you, or it is messing up your emotions, then you know what? No one is asking you to get out of the relationship if you are finding that sense of security in it. But while in that relationship, you can learn to stand up for yourself and perhaps lead a better emotional life, because there is no point of having that sense of security when at the end of it, all that you will become is one confused emotional wreck. If that is what your end destination is going to be, is that security that you're fighting to hold on to, is that going to be worth it? Think about that, and with that thought, I leave you right now. Share, like, subscribe. This is Harleen Baka signing out.